why now have you decided to branch out to real estate?
So, my husband is a real estate agent. He's been doing it for about 4 years or so, and it's something that he's always told me, like, "I really think you'd be good at it. I think you should do it." And I was like, "Hell no." Like, "No, I'm not doing that." Like, I love doing hair. But I don't know, like, lately, I think, 1, I'm getting older and my kids are getting older, and especially with I'm sure you can relate, like, our first, they go through a lot with us,
Mm-hmm.
and because we are younger,
They
we're
grow up
still
with you.
yeah, so, like, I missed a lot of time with her, like, things, when I was working 3 jobs, even when I went on my own, I would work 6 days a week trying to build my clientele to make it work. I just put a lot of work into the hair industry, and he told me for years, and I was like, "No." I was like, "1, I'm not gonna go to school for 6 weeks. Like, I'm not gonna shut my books down. I can't, you know?
Yeah.
I don't wanna do it. Like, how am I gonna change a career? I'm like, almost 40."
People
Like,
do it all the time though.
yeah. But, not last year, but the year before, I got really sick, and I was in the hospital for a couple of days. And then, last year too, I had some health issues. And just my body too, like, working for 20 years doing this, I mean, it takes a toll, and even though I have my own business and you can make your own schedule, I'm still tied to that schedule once I
Yeah.
make it. I mean, once I have clients behind the chair, I can't really do anything. So when my kids have something last minute, I mean, I have to not go and ask someone else to go. So I don't know, one day we were just like I think I just was kind of feeling like a burnout, and then also too, I was just thinking, like, I have no retirement plan. Like,
Yeah.
I have no retirement money. I'm almost 40. And what if I fall and hurt my wrist, or
Yeah.
I'm sick and I can't work anymore in the hair industry? Like, what the hell am I going to do? Like,
Yeah.
I have no other skill. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything else. So I was like, oh my God, like, I'm getting, when you're 20, you don't think about that kind of stuff. You're like, I
No.
still have a long time, but here we are
Yeah.
coming up on 40.
Listen, you're not alone in that. I did not set up a retirement plan until probably 2 years ago.
hmm
And even at that point, I was like, listen, I know that they exist, right? But nobody told me
You don't
what the
know.
steps were, or
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, and I remember saying it out loud at my 9 to 5,
Mhm.
and people looked at me like, are you kidding me? Like, what do you mean you don't
I
have?
know.
And I was like, well, listen, like, these are things that in the Hispanic community, nobody told me what to do. Like, no, there was
Yeah.
never a manual on how to be a correct adult, like what to do,
I mean, I feel like for a lot of us, our parents were still very immature,
Yeah.
and we had to kind of grow up fast too. But that's how I felt. So one day, me and my husband were talking, and he was like, "Hey, Champions has a program where it's like cut in half, for the real estate." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, like you can do it like in 2 weeks." And I was like, "Okay." So we were kind of looking at it, and I was like, I don't know, we just were talking a lot, and I was like, "Man, I don't know, like, that's scary, like, I don't
Yeah.
what would I do?" Like, "Oh my god, like, I don't know anything else, like, how would it work?" And then I'm like, "And then, are you sure you wanna work with me?"
I know,
Like,
right?
so he really convinced me, so that day we were having lunch talking about it, and he convinced me, so that night I was like, "Fuck it." And I just did it. I bought the classes, put them together, shut my books down for 2 weeks, and I
Yeah.
went to school and, passed each class.
Amazing.
And then I was like, "Okay." He took, like, 7 times to pass the exam, so I was really thinking, like, "I'm not gonna pass this thing, like,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while." But it was kinda like a security blanket. I was like, "It's okay, because if I don't pass, then that's an excuse why I can't go yet,
Yeah.
like, why I can't work with it yet." Um, I don't know, girl, I took the test and I passed the first time.
You're like, who's teaching who
I
now?
said, "What?"
For like 7 times. You're like, Elle Woods, what, like it's hard? You know?
It was hard. I was, like, reading, and I was like, "I don't know," and I was like, "Click, click, click, whatever.
Yeah.
F this." And then when I came out, they were like, "Oh, congrats, you passed." I said, "Let me see that paper." Like, "What?" I was super shocked. I was like, "Maybe this is happening for a reason.
Yeah.
Like maybe I am on the right path, you know? So I just dove deep and finished out cause I did that in October of last year. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I, signed up with his brokerage and told my clients, hey, in the new year, I'm only going to be doing hair 2 days a week. I'm going to be transitioning into its apartment locating.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
I started in
amazing.
January. So I'm at the salon 2 days a week and I'm with them 4 days a week. So I do work a lot right now.
Yeah.
But it's because I really want to gain that knowledge. Like I'm the type of person, when I do something, I go all in and I put a lot of pressure on myself
Yeah.
to like do really good.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so crazy to think, but like I'm really loving it. Like it's weird because I didn't think I would. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going like this.
Well,
Like,
it's a good thing though when you're scared to do something and then you take the leap and you end up enjoying it. Like
mhm.
maybe this is maybe, and I am not the most religious person, but maybe this is how God is answering your prayer.
That's how I'm
You know?
same. Like how I said, I'm still on my own journey spiritually. Like I'm still, kind of navigate that.
Yeah.
But I definitely felt like that. Like
Yeah.
I felt that way when I did the school, just how everything aligned.
Yeah.
It was like, wow. And it's just, I at first I was like, oh, I just like it because it's different. Like I'm an office girl now. Like I've never been an office girl.
I love it.
So I was like, oh, yay. But I really like it. It's definitely different and it has its own stressfulness, but it's still so rewarding when you help someone get a place who's like in a stressful situation, like they need a place, you know, and it gives me more freedom.
Yeah.
Like with my kids, my daughter's going to high school and I really want to be around, and I don't want to miss time with them anymore. And just like the other day, my daughter had something at school and it was so nice to be able to go because I wasn't behind the chair. Like
Yeah.
I was in the office, but I can leave,
Yeah.
I can, and the fact that we can make money anywhere. I mean, we'd be on vacation and my husband would be working, closing deals from anywhere. For
Yeah.
me, I can't. If I'm not behind the chair, I don't make money.
That's true.
So it's very stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really liking it. I'm not trying to like sound conceited or toot my own horn, but I've actually been doing pretty good. Like,
That's good.
Like it's really been going well. I'm like, dang, like this is my new thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You're like, why did I wait so long now?
I'm
Like,
just so nervous. It's just so scary because it's so new.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm really liking it. I'm sure my clients are like, oh no, like why you love it so much, But I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
what
Like,
about me?
yeah, because now I'm just like, okay, like I can't work 6 days forever. Like,
Right.
this is not what my goal was, But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We'll see. So
I mean, maybe you will. So I don't know how it works. Like if you start with rentals and then you move your way up into like actual homes or how that works. But maybe your following this will help you fund your passion of like starting a salon.
I mean, you hit it right on the mark.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what I'm hoping and praying that's what it does.
Yeah.
It how I talk about like the income and all that for me. That's exactly what I keep thinking. Like, okay, I'm really praying that this brings me the income I need to open my own thing in the beauty industry, and then I could focus on that and have my hair.
It's like your main money maker, and then like what you're really passionate about still. Like maybe you can have both.
Yes, and especially now, like I really enjoy educating and helping stylists with their business and their just, teaching them. Like I'm an educator for the brand I use and I love educating. I love to just kind of open their eyes and mentor them. So I would really love to stick with that and do the real estate, and then just kind of have my own business where people are there making money for me. Because I really want to, the main goal I'm doing this for is my kids. I want them to have something when I'm gone.
Yes.
They don't have to be in the beauty industry, but they can be landlords.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's crazy to say that because that's exactly what I'm hoping it brings. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I'm shocked. And I think the networking in the beauty industry helped me with this because people are recommending me now with their real estate, and so I don't know. It's crazy. It's just
Awesome.
sometimes weird that I never thought I would change careers. Okay, like,
Yeah.
this is crazy, especially at almost 40 years old. But it's fun. It's fun to be with my husband and have that in common. And he's really taught me a lot and pushed me. And so, I mean, he's the first one that even thought I'd be great in this industry, and I am.
And I am. He was right because I am. I love it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask quickly. Let's touch on this. You're bringing up your husband. How long have you guys been married?
So we've been married. This year will be 3 years in November, but we've been together. This year will be 11 years total.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask some questions because.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you mentioned a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So prior.
I was married before. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then your children are from.
So my oldest is from my ex-husband.
Okay.
And then my two little ones are from my husband now.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I see some of the trips that you guys go on, and I was like, well, because I went and did a deep dive and was like, I heard you talking about a divorce, and I'm like, but she's married, so I'm like, she must have been remarried.
Yes.
So, okay, so we love a supportive husband. You guys seem that you love traveling together. Like, it seems like a very healthy relationship. What's your favorite thing about being married?
I think just like that bond that it brings, for a long time. So my husband's younger than me. He's 7 years younger than me. And he was very young when we got together. So we definitely have had very big ups and downs. Like, our relationship is definitely not perfect. We go through it even sometimes now, like it's because
Happens,
like we both come from toxic families. And I think we have to both unlearn those unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
And even him in the beginning, like, he was very young. I had my daughter. And one thing I can say, like, he's always been a good dad, and he loves my oldest. Like, he's practically raised her since she was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So, and she was with us alone for a couple of years first. So he always like tells her, like, I loved you first, this and that. I mean, she used to think that she was so young that one time she was like, Mom, when you had me, my dad and Carlos, they got to hold me right in the hospital. And I was like, no. Like, she used to think that. Like, she used to think they were both there. I was like, no. It'll be so funny. But
like, not exactly.
No. No. It's funny. But we've definitely had to grow and learn. I mean, we've had hard lessons. I mean, there's been times that we thought we weren't even going to make it together, and that's another thing I try to really show is, like, people are like, oh, couple goals, couple. And I'm like, no, we're not couple goals, because we do have our issues. And I do always say that. Like, I don't ever try to portray that we're perfect or anything. But no matter what, I do feel like we just have like such a strong bond and like a passion for each other.
Yeah.
And we really are like best friends. Like, me and him can be alone and like chill, go out by ourselves, like to the bars and stuff.
Yeah.
And we just really truly love each other, we just both have to unlearn a lot of unhealthy things that we were used to growing up.
Yeah.
So.
And that is key for sure. I think, I don't know that there's a world where relationships are always like ever. When I'm like, if it's too perfect, somebody's lying.
And that's another thing about social media. Like, people compare their relationships because all you see is the lovey-dovey good stuff. Yes. And then next thing you know, they're breaking up, and you're like, what? Like, what? I thought, are you them with someone else all of a sudden? You're like,
I'm like, what happened?
Girl. Yeah. No, but I really, being married really, I think, solidified our bond. And it was just, and girl, I was too old to be saying my boyfriend. I don't like, like, it's nice to say my husband now.
My husband, I know. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm always talking about my mom on this. My mom's probably like, keep my name out your mouth, girl. My mom says the same thing too. She has never remarried, so she's like, I don't like calling him my boyfriend. And I'm like, well, then what the hell is he? Your man friend? Like,
we definitely weren't in a rush to get married, but I honestly thought I was never gonna get married again.
Yeah,
and because we both were like, we're fine, like, and he was so young too. I was like, I mean, it's cool, like, we're good.
Yeah.
Just because I had such a horrible experience with my ex relationship, you know, it was just crazy. And then going through a divorce, and I was just like, oh my God. So when he proposed, I was super shocked. Like, I did not see it coming, not at all. But it was like growth. You know, I think it was growth for both of us to do that. You know, so
I love that.
yeah, he's definitely come a long way. Yeah, I'm super proud of him. He definitely has the man he was when I met him. He's definitely different now. Like, it's just crazy to see that growth. I mean, we had a hard road. Like, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't go through that again. But it's just like to see him grow as a husband, a dad, for as himself. You know, it's really neat, and we got to grow together because we were so young when we got together.
Yeah.
So.
I think that is also like there's something to be said about growing up together.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like, you know, they say when you're together with somebody so young that you like either grow together or you grow apart. And I think people misinterpret growing together. Like you can grow and be a different person. You have to be a different person than who you were when you first met. But choosing to stay together is like what it is.
Exactly, because it definitely is hard.
It is hard. And Annie and I tell each other, like, we choose to be together. You know, like we're choosing that every day. And we both know we don't have to do that.
Yep, exactly.
You don't have to choose that. Like there's nothing, yes, we're married, but there's always divorce is leadership if you're together, you know?
We don't have to be together. Like we're both capable of taking care of ourselves. And even like, that's how I feel. Like, I mean, it took me a long time to get to this point, but like, it's like whatever happens, you know? I mean, if we work out, obviously I want us to work out, but if we didn't, it wouldn't be another world for me because I've been through it before. And I know I can I can do for myself.
Yes.
You know, so I think when you kind of just let it go, just be in the moment every day, it's like, okay, you know, so if he wants to mess up that family, that's on him.
I know. I'm like, if you want to deal with somebody else's bullshit, go ahead. The door is wide open.
Yeah. So, I think the main thing for us is learning, like we've had to learn is communication, and we still work on that because sometimes it's very hard.
Yeah.
It's a really hard thing for men to communicate, and then we're like over communicators.
Yeah.
And so it's learning to like, you know, kind of settle down and for them to like, you know, learn how to speak. So
I'm like, tell me when something's wrong and I will choose my battles. Like I will call everything out that bothers me.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it's because we're moms and we're overstimulated and we get, you know, I always talk about like, no matter how great of a help your partner is, moms are always going to still have like more on their plate.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing too, because we're the ones that have to remember recitals and holiday themed weeks at school and this and that. Like, you know, it's like a mental load that most partners, they don't understand, and they can help physically, but they don't help with like that's just in us, you know? So just learning how to just, you know, communicate, I think is like people's biggest issue. And that's literally one of our biggest things that we've had to like really work through.
Yeah.
You know?
Same. I think that is, yeah. And like learning, because communication styles will always
especially with Hispanic men. They're not used to being open with their feelings or, you know, with the sign of weakness.
Yeah.
So they don't really, you know.
I'm like, no, open up, babe.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to see. Sorry, tell me what we're saying. Just kidding. Yeah. Well, I am so thrilled to see that you're branching out and working towards accomplishing your goals. Sounds like you've got a solid foundation behind you, which I think is always important. And I love that I've never had anybody come on here and say like, oh no, I've done this all by myself. Like this is like, there's always somebody who's rooting for you and in your corner. And I'm glad you have that. In addition to the community that you've built.
Yes.
But I am going to transition for a bit.
Okay.
And we're going to do some hot takes before we wrap this up.
Yay.
So I'm going to do 3 and then you grab 3.
Okay.
And if you don't like ones you picked, you can put them back.
3. All right.
This is funny. This one's funny. Okay. I'll go first. Have you done hot takes?
I haven't.
Okay, so you're just going to read
I thought this was like the hot tamale candies.
It looks like
when I saw the box.
You're like, she wants to eat hot tamales? Okay. All right. So I'll go first. I would rather have twice as long legs than twice as long arms. Would you rather have much longer legs than arms? I'm lazy. So I think a long, like, from a beauty stance, yes, long legs.
Yeah.
But from a lazy stance, like I'm a true lazy couch potato sometimes, and I want a long arm to like grab a drink.
I think I would want long legs.
Yeah.
So I can see everything.
Oh, that's a good idea. I know. I was like, this is funny because you're so you're tall and you have long legs. I'm like, whatever. Okay, so long legs, long arms. Go gadget arm all the way.
Yeah. I still love that show. Okay, so what I do, read it?
Yeah, read it and then we say like, what's your hot take? You don't.
Dancing is a sport.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm like, I fucking hate.
Hell yeah, that's a sport.
Yes. So like I work in the news industry and in sports, they don't cover like the gymnastics, the cheer competitions, the dance. Those kids work so hard. Like, and so we went to a dance competition recently and some of these athletes, cause that's what they are, they do crazy ass shit where I'm like, you deserve to get more recognition.
Yeah. You have to have strength. You have to have like the stamina. I mean, coordination.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me see your basketball players do that. You know?
Yeah. No, that's definitely.
Yeah. So I'm like, we should be covering this more. And sometimes they're just like crickets in the room. And I'm like, okay, nice. What if we do a whole sports segment on the dance team? They're like, no.
Yeah, that's not fair. To me, it's a sport. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Family is the most important thing in life.
I'm gonna agree and disagree.
Yeah.
Because family can be toxic, and I cut off family in my life, and because they didn't bring anything good to my life anymore, you know. So I would say like half and half.
I was gonna say like I was raised to think that 1000%. Like people would do you wrong, people would say bad things about you, they make you upset. My mom and dad would be like, but they're family. Yeah, like if you're not allowed to be upset with them or you have to forgive everything because they're family. As an adult with my husband, he's very much the opposite. He says people are just people and like they either are good to you or they're bad to you. Does not matter whether they're blood relatives.
Yeah.
And I am so much more on that mindset now. But I would say like the most important thing in life is, this sounds kind of selfish, is kind of yourself.
Yes.
Like if you don't put yourself, I say first in.
No, I know what you mean. Cause I that's how I feel now. It took me 34 years or whatever to realize that. But no, I know what you mean. I agree with you because I come first. If I'm not okay, then nobody else is okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. No, I know. I always say to him, like, you got to be selfish. Like, not like fuck them kids.
Right.
But it is like me and you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and that's what I mean is like, I have come to realize like, if I'm not happy, no one's going to be.
The house is not happy. Yes. The home's not happy. Your kids can see it. Like, yeah. And the people you choose to be in your space play a part in that. And that includes family. And if they're not bringing peace and happiness to you, then like for me, my family is my little family I created.
Yes. And
that's my family.
Same.
You know, so if you want to be a dickhead outside of that, goodbye. I don't care who you are.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, this unit, like my little unit of 5 is always first, but at the center of that is like, I have to know what's making me happy.
Yes.
To make everybody else happy. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's my take.
Just like obviously like in a marriage, it's me and my husband first.
Yeah.
Then my kids. And not like, again, like, oh, forget them or whatever. It's just, they're going to grow up and leave.
Yeah.
So if I focus on only them all the time and neglect my husband, what's going to happen?
Yeah. When they're gone, you don't know the person that you're with. And that's why people typically get divorced. Cause it's like, when we're even next to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So people can agree or not agree, but whatever. That's how I feel.
Yeah. No, it's not hot takes. Okay.
Ice cream is overrated.
No.
I like some ice cream.
I like ice cream.
Yeah.
I like ice cream more so I crave it when it's cold. Like outside.
Yeah.
Like
Me too.
I don't know why I'm like,
I like it like when it's cold outside.
I'm like, I guess it triggers my brain, but it's not like on a hot summer day. Actually, it's quite the opposite. When it's hot outside, I'm like, I don't want milk and like, yeah. No.
And speaking of ice cream, the other day I literally went to McDonald's on my lunch break to get a cone, and it was $2.99, and those used to be 50 cents.
So I'm like, what happened?
McDonald's, come on now.
She's like, get it together.
What the hell? Like
$2 for the cone?
Yes. No. I was like, hey, what?
Well, like a Blizzard. Because, you know, in Flores, when we grew up with Dairy Queen,
yeah,
a Blizzard, and there's a Sonic right here, which also reminds me of Floresville. But I love a Blizzard. But not only is they're far, because there's not a lot of Dairy Queens left.
Yeah.
But the lines are always long, and then the Blizzards are kind of expensive too. It's like $5 for a Blizzard.
Yeah, for the mini.
Yeah, and I'm like, you better do the
yep. My daughter loves the Blizzard, and last time we went, she didn't do it, and I was like. So is it not going to stay in there?
It's like, is it free? Because it's supposed to be free.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I mean, I don't know if it's a myth, but that's what they would tell me growing up. If they don't do the thing, then it's supposed to be free.
I'm going to remember that now.
I've never tried it.
I'm really want to. I'll say it.
You let me know.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen's like, they're spreading fake news. Okay. No, I do like ice cream. Okay, sweet potato fries are healthy.
I don't like sweet potato.
No? I love sweet potato.
I know. People love that, and I hate it.
Really?
I don't think it's considered a French fry. So I guess it is healthy.
my brain, like, I know they're not, but my brain thinks they are for some reason. I don't know why. But I love sweet potato. Yeah.
I don't.
Even if fried.
Not Thanksgiving, nothing.
No.
Mm-mm.
I like it so I'll eat it like a baked potato.
Yeah.
And I'll eat it just plain with a little bit of butter.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm really feeling like a couch potato, you put like pancake syrup on it, and then it's like a dessert. You're like, disgust. Get it away.
I'm not a sweet and salty person or whatever. Yeah, nope, not for me.
No, are you not a snack person?
I'm a snack person, but I'm not sweet. I like food.
Okay.
Like, I want like a hot dog or nachos. Oh, or popcorn. You know, like I like stuff like that. Like savory. Yeah. But sweets, nah.
No.
I'm not those sweets person.
That's why you look so good. You don't eat sweets.
Gross. The shots. The shots. Extroverts get further in life. Maybe because they're just so like you remember them, I guess, because they're so out there.
Yeah. I would think so. Yeah.
It's hard because nowadays you can be an introvert but be extrovert like online and be a big person online or something.
I feel like that's how a lot of people
are. Like in person they're real timid, but behind the screen they're,
you never know.
Yeah.
And then you meet them and you're like, wait, what happened to like the bigness of it all,
I would agree.
But
they
I think
do.
so too, yeah.
Because they're more personable, they speak up.
And they're not afraid to put themselves out there,
Yeah. I definitely would agree with that.
Are you an extrovert or an introvert?
I don't know. I mean, I guess people would say I'm an extrovert because I can really like put myself out there and just, put on. But I really cherish being alone. Yeah. Like I do like being alone and not talking. I think because I talk so much in my career.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those people that I can go eat by myself. I like to shop by myself. I like to go to the gym by myself.
Oh, same. Yeah.
The few times I do go once a year. I definitely cherish my alone time where I don't have to like say anything.
Yeah.
But that I do also like being around people. So it's kind of like both, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm a people watcher. Like I watch people, like how they move, their vibe. So sometimes at first I can be a little like, and then
you warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, one thing that I've learned is, so my husband and I joke about this all the time, where he says you're the reason, I'm the reason that we get invited, but he's the reason why we get invited back. And I'm like, whatever. So like whatever, you're so annoying. But I do feel like, so when I invite people on here, most of the time I don't know them, and they'll come in and they're like a little timid, and then they warm up like right away, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, I wasn't sure what to expect," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, I guess I'm a little bit extroverted because I can make people feel comfortable.
Yes.
You know?
You're friendly and just like your whole aura is very welcoming.
Yeah.
You know, so
But at the same time, yeah, I do have my moments as well where like I love to be, sometimes I even, this might be weird, but like I love a good music session in the car, but sometimes I like just driving in silence.
Yeah.
Because even when there's silence in here, like my brain is always on 100, you know, there's like list after list after list of my things I need to do.
Yeah. So I say about the mental load.
Yeah.
Same. When I go off to work, I intend to listen to music, and then I'm like, never mind. I don't. Like, I find myself not listening to music a lot more. So it's just, we just don't have that need, especially with having kids. They're constantly like, mom, mom, mom. And like, I mean, when I pick up my kids, like the first 5 minutes, they're like, mom, mom, mom. I'm like, oh my God, like, can you just be quiet for 5 minutes? Like, you just got in the car and you're asking me a ton of questions. Like, God, please.
Same. Like, my 4-year-old, she sits in the way back and she's like, Ian, she'll be like, Mommy has a headache. Stop talking so much. And I'm like, you read my mind. Like, you're overwhelming me.
Yeah.
But it's probably her. She's probably like, shut up. You know, to the 2-year-old, like, stop talking so much.
Yeah, like whenever I'm home and my husband has them out and they come, it's like quiet in the house. And then as soon as I hear like that beep, 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 like to open the door, I'm like, oh God, and here they come. Like, I mean, I'll be in the restroom, like, Mom, like barging the door. I'm like, God, can I just be some restroom?
Boundaries, right?
No. Like,
they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, peeing. What are you thinking?
I know, but I just try to tell myself, oh, one day I'm going to miss it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like them getting bigger. Like, it's nice. My daughter getting older, it's fun now. Like, we can hang out, like, you know, older things. Yeah. It's cool, you know, so.
I love it too, but we will miss it one day. So we will. My mom seems fine.
I don't know. I tell myself that because that's what you're supposed to say, but I think I'll be good. I think I'll be fine.
I love it. Well, I do appreciate the pure honesty, and I'm so glad that you were able to come.
Yes, I'm glad you had me.
Yeah,
thank you.
I had been meaning to ask you, so I'm glad you made it. Thank you for taking time to kind of share a little bit. And I cannot wait to see what happens with your real estate career and when, not if, when you get to, you know, accomplish your dreams of opening something a little bit bigger, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
For hair, it's Hair by a Blonde on everything. And now I have real estate moving with the blonde.
I love it so much. I know. I was like, you cannot go brunette now, though.
I've been a blonde for like 20 years. Okay. It'll never be brown ever. I'll be an old lady still with blonde hair.
Love it. Well, you were such a joy to have. You guys, make sure that you go and follow her and her beautiful blonde locks. And then, of course, make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, everything on Lady on the Street podcast. It's been a joy this year having so many guests come on. I love having these conversations, and it's all thanks to you for coming and you guys who are watching. Bye.